In the town of Drellin, no one sleeps through the night. The stillness of the early morning hours is a lie, a thin veil drawn over a collective, unspoken terror. Locals report vivid, recurring nightmares, their dreamscapes painted with impossible geometries and whispered threats. Children wake up screaming, their small faces pale with a horror they cannot name. Adults are found staring blankly at walls, their eyes unfocused, lost in a waking trance that offers no more rest than their sleep. It is the town's deepest, darkest secret, a shared burden that binds every resident in a pact of silence. No one talks about it, but everyone feels it, a creeping dread that seeps into the foundations of every home, into the very marrow of their bones. Doctors, baffled by the uniformity of the symptoms, were quick to blame mass hysteria. They cited environmental stresses, shared anxieties, even a rare fungal spore in the local water supply. Their reports filled dusty filing cabinets, offering clinical explanations that felt hollow and inadequate, failing to capture the true, suffocating nature of the town's affliction. But then, a team of independent researchers, drawn by hushed online rumors and fragmented accounts, found something strange. Buried deep within their seismic and acoustic data was a signal, an anomaly that defied all conventional explanation. A low-frequency hum, resonating from somewhere far beneath the town. It was constant, unnatural. It didn't match any known geological pattern, any tectonic tremor, or any man-made vibration. It was a perfect, unwavering tone, a subaudible drone that vibrated just at the edge of human perception. And it never stops. Some believe the hum is the result of a clandestine government experiment, a forgotten black site, testing the limits of sonic weaponry on an unsuspecting populace. Old-timers whisper of military convoys moving without lights in the dead of night, of strange antennas that appear and disappear on the surrounding hills. They theorize that Drellin is a cage, and its residents are the lab rats in a cruel, decades-long study of psychological warfare. Others, however, look to the past for answers. They say the town was built over something ancient, a place of power that should have been left undisturbed. They speak of a primal entity, a consciousness that slumbers in the deep dark, and that Drellin's very existence is an intrusion. An entity that, disturbed from its aeons-long rest, now feeds on the dreams of those who live above it. There is another, more esoteric theory, one found scrawled in the margins of the town's founding charter. It claims that the town's founder, a man named Silas Drellin, made a pact with an unseen force. He was offered a promise of eternal vigilance, a sentinel that would watch over his settlement and protect it from some unnamed external threat. In exchange, the townspeople would serve as its unwilling hosts, their minds a perpetual offering. The price for this protection was their peace, their sanity, their sleep. But protection from what? The charter offers no clues, leaving only a chilling ambiguity that hangs over the town like a shroud. This theory paints a grim picture. The residents are not victims of a random anomaly, but sacrifices in a bargain made centuries ago. In 1976, a group of scientists from a now-defunct parapsychology institute, the Ethelred Commission, installed a network of sophisticated sleep monitors across 24 households in Drellin. Their goal was to quantify the phenomenon, to capture the invisible horror in cold, hard data. The results were more disturbing than they could have ever imagined. Every single test subject showed profound signs of REM cycle disruption, their sleep patterns chaotic and fragmented. Electroencephalogram readings from several participants displayed brain activity consistent with complex, partial seizures, even though none had any history of epilepsy. One subject, a man in his 40s, was recorded speaking in a language that linguists later failed to identify, a series of guttural clicks and sibilant hisses. The lead researcher, a Dr. Aris Thorne, became increasingly obsessed, his notes growing more erratic. His final entry, scrawled with a trembling hand, consisted of a single chilling line. It's awake. The following morning, Dr. Thorne had vanished from his motel room. All of his equipment was left running, but he, along with all his primary research data, was gone. The town's folklore is rich with corroborating dread. Locals will tell you that the hum seems to grow louder, more insistent during electrical storms, as if the lightning energizes it. They whisper that shadows move differently when the wind blows through the narrow alleys, detaching from their objects to twist and crawl in ways that defy the laws of physics. They swear that the old clock tower in the town square, its mechanism broken for decades, chimes a single discordant note at precisely 3:33 a.m. every night. It's a time the residents have come to call the dead hour, a moment when the veil between waking and dreaming is at its thinnest and the influence of the hum is at its peak. In Drellin, no one sleeps. They merely wait for the dawn, huddled in their beds, listening to the silence that isn't silent at all. Some believe the town itself is alive, a sentient organism with the hum as its heartbeat and the residents as its captive cells. They feel its awareness in the way the fog clings to the streets, in the unnerving symmetry of the cracks in the pavement. The town watches. It listens. It waits. This theory suggests that Drellin is not merely a location, but a predator, and its inhabitants are trapped within its digestive system, slowly being broken down, their consciousness consumed piece by piece, night after agonizing night. The constant tension has worn them down, leaving a populace perpetually on edge, their paranoia a tangible force that pollutes the very air they breathe. The sound never stops, and so the fear never ends. And if you ever find yourself on the winding road that leads to Drellin, if you see the faded sign welcoming you to a town that time seems to have forgotten, you must keep driving. Do not stop for gas. Do not be tempted by the quaint appearance of its single inn, because something ancient and hungry waits beneath the ground, listening for the telltale shift in brainwaves that signals the onset of sleep. Don't fall asleep in Drellin, because it only feeds when you dream.